Jordan Peterson and his daughter apparently have done very well because of the carnivore.
On a carnivore diet?
Well, yeah, because his daughter has that autoimmune disorder that basically gave her permanent arthritis. Oh yeah.
What? RA?
Dude,
Rheumatoid arthritis?
I don't. She has arthritis, but it's caused by an autoimmune disorder.
Oh,
And
rheumatoid arthritis is autoimmune.
Oh, maybe it is
my wife has it.
Well, but I think hers is. They still don't technically know what she has, but it caused rheumatoid arthritis. And I guess she's got a full ankle replacement that happened apparently at 16, and I think she has a hip replacement as well.
But
the carnivore diet apparently, according to her, is the only thing that has actually helped her symptoms.
They talk about how the carnivore diet, and I know this is completely off subject of what we're going to be talking about.
Anyway, this is the third one. You know what's up.
But anyway, so the carnivore diet, they were. I remember seeing and hearing about like injuries healing after years of just bothering people, and all of a sudden they just heal up.
I can see why though, and again, I'm not a nutritionist, but my limited knowledge of nutrition, I do know that when you cut your carbs down significantly, your glycogen stores basically depleted, and that just does wonders for inflation. Inflammation.
Yeah, what do they call that? Autophagy. It's basically helps regenerate your bodies. It dumps out. Excuse me. When you actually deplete your cells and whatnot, and you get to the point of ketosis, you're actually dumping out dead protein.
Right.
You're dumping out damage. I'm sorry, not dead. This is dead protein. In case anyone knew, hair is dead protein. Now you know something. Anyway,
then why are so many meatheads bald? Oh, because all their protein's inside, brother.
Well, they weren't always meatheads. True. Bad genetics too. But no. So it gets rid of damaged protein and damaged cells, just in general. But I was looking into it. I was like, man, that sounds nice. I was like, because I have this injury in my neck, and I was like, I don't know, maybe.
Oh man, I'm telling you, you still need to try DDP Yoga.
Yep.
We'll get you started on that. I will say though,
that dude is awesome.
Right.
First and foremost, he is the shit.
Have you seen the Resurrection of Jake the Snake?
No.
The documentary they did?
The only thing I've seen is just him on Joe Rogan's podcast. I'm a fangirl, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, I've been a fan of DDP for ages, ever since I saw Arthur Borman's video, which they watch on the podcast. Holy shit! I'm not gonna lie, it brought a tear to my eye. I'm not ashamed to admit it either.
No shame.
If you watch Arthur Borman's video about DDPY, you'll cry too. Dude's a paratrooper that served in Desert Storm, and basically just ruined his knees because too many jumps, just ruined his joints. He was unable to walk without 2 crutches, like the ones that grip your arm. Dude, massively overweight, has 0 mobility. Starts doing DDP yoga, follows the plan. By the end of the video, he's running. Doctors told him he was never going to walk unassisted again. Dude can stand on his head. He can lift his head over his foot over his head. It's insane.
What was his name?
Arthur Borman.
They talked about him.
Yeah.
In the Joe Rogan podcast.
Well, it's funny because DDP yoga was a long. Because I mean, you hear all these things. Like I tried P90X and it fucking sucked.
I did that intro. No. Was it P90X or Insanity?
It doesn't matter.
I don't remember which one it was, but I did the intro and I did well, but I threw up after.
Well, here's the thing about and I didn't realize this until a combination of doing DDP yoga and then reading Jordan Peterson's book. The problem with P90X is you're maxing yourself out all day. I mean, every time you work out, you're maxing yourself out, and that might work for some people, but most people, it's just going to be like you're going to overtrain and you're going to probably hurt yourself.
Yep.
And then there was a trainer that was also on Joe Rogan's podcast, an MMA trainer, and I kind of took his philosophy to heart, and I've never worked out the same since. Because he's like, I never trained to exhaustion. He said, because when you train to exhaustion, you don't want to go train the next day.
Who was that?
I can't remember his name.
I feel like I just watched that. Not too
probably because the guy,
it's newer, right?
No, it's a few years old.
Is it?
Yeah. But they were talking about it, and I'm just like, you know what? And then coupled that with, because DDP Yoga is designed for people with mobility issues. The weight loss is just a happy side effect.
Right.
It's designed for people who can't work out any other way. I mean, the first set of DVDs are, they're done in a chair. For people that literally can't stand. They can't stand up and do the movements. So you start in the chair.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, man, if you do it the way you're supposed to, you get your heart rate going. And then you build the muscles, you build the stabilizer muscles, you build the ancillary muscles, you strengthen the ligaments and tendons, and before you know it, you're standing, you're walking, you're increasing your flexibility. It's incredible. It helped my wrist like crazy. Helped my knees because I've got 2 surgically repaired knees, and I was told you're going to need to be careful.
You're the bionic man.
No, not bionic. They're repaired. They're not replaced, thank God.
We can repair you.
Well, no, but my surgeon told me, he's like, yeah, you're going to have arthritis when you're 18, and I did. I don't anymore.
Do you attribute it solely to DDP or just
partially
taking care of yourself?
Both. Definitely both, but it helped. It definitely helped.
Because you've always stayed like mildly thin.
I got lucky, and you didn't see me when I got super fat.
I just can't imagine you super fat.
Well, I say super. So this is such a funny story. So I always kind of in the back of my mind, and I was totally deluding myself, but it was like, as long as I'm under 200 pounds, I'm not fat. For my size.
As long as the belly sticks out further than the tits, we're good.
That is what I always said. If your stomach goes out further than your chest, you're fat.
You know what the funny thing is? You said that when we were kids, and
Yeah.
I remember that to this day.
So I had 2 guidelines, and the belly got past the belly got past the boobs, and I'm like, okay, but I'm still under 200 pounds. But I didn't actually weigh myself. Like every once in a while, and I'd be like, and I noticed it kept steadily going up, but it was like, I got into the 180s, and I'm like, I'm still not to 200. But then I had to go. I went to the doctor for the first time in ages, and I got on the scale, 192, and I'm sitting there on the scale, and I literally, I'll never forget it. I'm sitting there, I'm just like, and I'm vocalizing this. I'm like, nope.
What are you? You 5'9", 5'10"?
5'10".
5'10", okay. 200 pounds on 192 pounds on your frame at 5'10". You were chunky.
Yeah, I know, because I was eating like shit and I wasn't doing anything.
Like
And here's the thing, because that was a time I will say I was totally depressed. I was in a really shitty situation, but I know it was what I was eating. I was eating like shit. I was eating like garbage.
And I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if you say food makes you happy. If you're eating like that,
You will get it affects your mood.
Yeah, horribly.
And it was a vicious cycle because I'm sure I was eating because I didn't care because I was depressed, but then I'm eating like shit, which makes me even more depressed. And then I'm just getting fucking fat and sloppy, and